क्लास, अगर सैटरडे क्लास अवेलेबिलिटी रही तो ऐसे चलेगी, अगर क्लास अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं है तो फिर ऑनलाइन, ठीक है, ऑनलाइन क्लास चलेगी। वीकेंड वाला चालू है, क्लास चल रहा है वीकेंड का, वीकेंड की क्लास है ना, वीकेंड में चल रही है क्लास वीकेंड की। अच्छा वीकेंड में कोई है यहाँ पे? ठीक है, चल रही नहीं, अभी तो बंद है वीकेंड की, लास्ट वीक बंद थी, लास्ट वीकेंड। चलो कोई नहीं। Pluralistic theory of sovereignty. Okay. Now, pluralistic theory of sovereignty में सबसे पहले तो इनके जो एमिनेंट स्कॉलर्स हैं उनका नाम लिखो। एमिनेंट स्कॉलर्स, तो सबसे पहले हैं इमाइल दुर्खाइम। इमाइल दुर्खाइम, he is basically French sociologist, ठीक है। सेकंड इज ओटो वन गिरकी, इज जर्मन अगेन सोशोलॉजिस्ट। चाइना का लग रहा है, ची मिन पिन कुछ ऐसे दिख रहा है, चाइना का कैसे लग रहा है, राइट। देन थर्ड इज मेटलैंड is basically English legal historian, okay, English legal historian। Then the fourth one is GDH Cole, COLE, GDH Cole, he is English economist, they are actually forerunner, the earlier proponent of pluralist theory of sovereignty, ठीक है। 4 लोगों के नाम याद रखो, okay? Getting it? Now important scholars contribution, contribution, okay? पहला है एक जूरिस्ट है लियोन डुगिट, the another one is Hugo crab. Hugo crab. Then Lasky. 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 लिखो आगे. अर्नेस्ट बार्कर. अर्नेस्ट ER actually. Ernest Barker. Then AD Lindsay. ये तीनों लोग कौन है? इंग्लिश पॉलिटिकल थिंकर. इंग्लिश पॉलिटिकल थिंकर. The last is Robert M. McIver. He is American sociologist. American sociologist. इसमें इन दोनों का कंट्रीब्यूशन पढ़ना है. लास्टी सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कंट्रीब्यूशन है. द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कंट्रीब्यूशन इज लास्की एंड द अनदर मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कंट्रीब्यूशन इज मैकाइवर. लिंडसे का भी कंट्रीब्यूशन है पर उतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. ये दो लोगों का कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. लिंडसे एंड डुगीट और कार्ब का कंट्रीब्यूशन भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है ना, नॉट एट दैट मच. पर जो क्वेश्चन है वो यहां से आता है. लास्की. लास्की का दो बहुत फेमस कोट है. ओके, क्या है दो फेमस कोट? द फर्स्ट कोट दैट इज रिलेटेड टू लास्की इज it would be lasting benefit to the discipline of political science, to the discipline of political science, if the entire concept of sovereignty expunged out of discipline of political science. ठीक है, ये लास्की का स्टेटमेंट है. दिस इज ऑल्सो अ क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, अनदर स्टेटमेंट ऑफ लास्की इज this can be also question. What is the statement? If the society is federal, the society is federal, ठीक है, state should also be federal. Or you can say better right, sovereignty. Sorry, don't write sovereignty, will get confused. Authority. Authority needs to be federal. Is it visible or not? Online? Online batch. Is this visible to you? Visible. SLV. Kumar, what you're trying to say, SLV? SLV is an outdated concept because of multiple center of power. What is SLV? Sovereignty is an outdated concept. Hmm. 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 यही है वो, ठीक है. स्टेटमेंट ये है, उसमें वो बताएगा कि आउटडेटेड कैसे हो रहा है वो, ठीक है, बट नॉट नाउ. ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द pluralist theory of society. Now let's bring man into the picture again. Man into our discussion. So for whom sovereignty is created? Sovereignty is created for whom? Absolute sovereignty is created for whom? Man's benefit. Okay. What happened in 18th century? The development happened in the humanity subject. Development start हुआ किसमें? Humanity subject में. And one subject became very prominent at that time, that was sociology. And sociology began the inquiry about the any institution that has an impact on the state, sorry, impact on the man, because society is the composition of man. So any institution that has an impact on man. Okay? So in that investigation, what happened? They investigated one very important quote of Aristotle. एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कोट है एरिस्टोटल का. They started investigating that concept or that quote. What he said that about man? He said, man is a social animal. This is one. Man is a social animal. That is, man cannot, those who are not living in the society, either they are beast or beyond the capacity of man. They investigated this part and they came to the conclusion after that, when they brought the investigation of man or brought the influence of man, either the man is being influenced or man are influencing something. There are two things. Either you will get influenced by somebody or you will influence somebody, right? That is only two way. Okay. So they started investigating the impact of state. They started impact of state on the man, and they later realized that at that time, the theory that was proposed of absolute sovereignty that is given to the man, actually it is not a very rational argument. ठीक है, एब्सोल्यूट सोवरेनिटी नहीं होना चाहिए। क्यों? क्योंकि सोसाइटी में, विद इन द सोसाइटी देयर आर मल्टीपल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, देयर आर मल्टीपल institutions or association, you say association, which is created by man, multiple institution or association that is created by man. Why? Huh? No, govern नहीं, govern word wrong है एक्चुअली यहाँ पे, ठीक है। Online batch, why society, why the man has created so many associations in the society or institution? Still I need that word, particular word, वो एक word चाहिए मुझे, I required that word. Man has created every society, every association in the society for their own benefit. The word is I'm looking for is benefit, right? Like man has created religion, an institution, church as an institution to benefit them with respect to the, क्या benefit है religion से? Spirituality, ठीक है? Man has created the trade, the association of trade and chamber of trade and commerce. Why? To facilitate the trade. Man has created family institution. To why? Family institution. Man has created the patriarchy. Man has created, you can say, the community system, right? Man has created marriage as an institution. Man has created the inheritance as an institution. Why? To benefit that. ये सारी चीजें क्यों बनाए? To bring the, to make one responsible to another, or to bring the solidarity in the society, or to benefit the individual man. And in that investigation, they realize when these people were actually investigating this, Durkheim, Greek, Maitland, Cole, when they were, you see, they are sociologists mostly. When they started examining the society, they realized that state is not the only institution or association that is created by man. So, man has created many other institutions along with the state. Along with the state, right? You getting? Wrong हो जाएगा, benefit डालो ज़्यादा अच्छा है, ठीक है? Wrong नहीं होगा, पर the better suited word is the benefit, ठीक? So man has created the multiple institution with respect to the state. So they had contested the concept of sovereignty. Why? When you create certain state or certain association, ठीक है? For example, you create one association. Man has created associations in society, ठीक है? Many associations in society. So creating this association is the only thing, है ना? What is the implied part of that? What is an implied part of that? Yeah, man's means both. हाँ. Let's give an example. Example समझाते हैं आपको ज़्यादा अच्छे समझ में आएगा. ICRA has been created, right? ICRA as an institution has been created. Who has created ICRA? ICRA is being created, those who are working in ICRA, those who are participants of ICRA, the stakeholders of ICRA. ठीक है? You are also the stakeholders of ICRA. स्टेक होल्डर का मतलब ये नहीं कि प्रॉफिट में शेयर, स्टेक होल्डर का मतलब ये होता है कि फंक्शन में शेयर, फंक्शन में शेयर होना को स्टेक होल्डर कहते हैं, प्रॉफिट में नहीं। ठीक है, सिर्फ प्रॉफिट में शेयर होल्डर्स नहीं होते हैं। यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट फंक्शनिंग ऑफ दिस इंस्टीट्यूशन, an association, right? Because if you do not exist, there is no meaning of creating such an infra. So you have the stakeholders, you are the stakeholders also. So in that case, tell me, do not have any obligation towards ICRA? What kind of an obligation you have? For an example, I'll give you a very brief example. Example of obligation. Example, you should be on time with respect to your class. You should leave the premises on time with respect to your class. You should be obedient. You will not misbehave in the class. You will not misbehave in the premises of the institution. Right? What is this? You will not harass any other student. Your time is equally respected with respect to the others' time. What is this? This is an obligation that you have with respect to the institution created by you. Okay? In the same way, if you create an institution, if you create a family as an institution, if you create church as an institution, religion as an institution, chamber of commerce, many other aspects, cultural institution, okay? So what happened in that case? You have the obligation. So when a man creates the institution, they have what? Obligation. So this part of obligation is being contested, is being questioned. Contest का meaning होता है question. ठीक है? This part of the obligation, obligatory part has been contested. Monistic theory says that this obligation with respect to the, monistic theory का क्या कहना है? Monistic theory says that this obligatory part of a man towards the association that is created by the man should be absolute. नहीं. Absolute with respect to what? State. ये क्या होना चाहिए? Absolute होना चाहिए. किसके रिस्पेक्ट में? स्टेट के रिस्पेक्ट में. बाकी जितना भी इंस्टीट्यूशन है जो क्रिएटेड है does not have any meaning, right? Pluralist आकर के इसी को क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं. And what they saying that this part of obligation according to the pluralist theory is not absolute. Not because state is not the only institution created by the man. There are many institutions that is created in the society by the man. So the man has an obligation towards all the institution. Obligation towards all institutions or all associations. And state is not the only institution which they are actually providing the, or now tell me more, one thing more, okay? Tell me one more thing. I have a question now, okay? You tell me, why man, if the state is absolute, and a state is, we are providing the absolute sovereignty to the state, why the man is creating so many institutions? Why man is creating so many institutions? Different interest. Good. How? The state alone is not sufficient to fulfill all the interest of the individual. So the man is creating the multiple institutions to fulfill the other interest which is not catered by state. So is it not wrong to say that the state should have absolute sovereignty and absolute obligation of a man towards the state? Why? The state is not able to fulfill all the interest of the man. Okay? Then why we should provide the absolute sovereignty to that state? We should not be providing that absolute sovereignty or absolute obligation. Suppose, should I exemplify it? तो ज़्यादा clear होगा. You have a father in the house, ठीक है? And father is able to provide all the provide all your interest or to fulfill all your interest, right? So don't you think you should be having the absolute obligation towards the father? Whatever interest you are having from the day you born till the day you die, I'm talking in that sense. All का मतलब ये पूरा है, from your cradle to the graves, cradle to the grave, ये पूरे duration में. If your father is able to fulfill all your all your interests, you should be having what? Absolute obligation. You have any problem in providing? मैं father को बोला iPhone दो, उन्होंने बोला ठीक है लो, है नहीं है, राइट? इंटरेस्ट पूरा हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है आपका? लेकिन अब now this is a very lucid example I have given, although it is not a perfect example, but to make you understand. In the same way, there is a state. State is demanding the absolute obligation. State, what state? Absolute. Monastic theory में क्या मांग रहा है state? Absolute obligation. But he is not fulfilling all the interest. So the society has created the multiple associations. So there is no meaning of providing the absolute sovereignty to the state. Is there any meaning of providing the absolute sovereignty of this? No. This is what pluralist theory is saying. Pluralist theory का यही कहना है. कितनी सी बात है? इतनी सी बात है. You getting me? Only this thing. इससे ज्यादा कुछ भी नहीं है उसके अंदर. बहुत सारे अभी होंगे अराइज. किस पे? इस पे, प्लूरलिस्ट थ्योरी पे. हाँ है ना क्वेश्चन? अभी लिखना पड़ेगा. हाँ बताओ. सब नहीं दे सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर उस हिसाब से ऑब्लिगेशन जो है सबको देना पड़ेगा ऑब्लिगेशन. लेकिन उसमें तब भी स्टेट क्या होगा? सबसे प्रोमिनेंट बन जाएगा. उसका रीजन है कि सबसे बड़ा जो लीगल अथॉरिटी है वो स्टेट है. ठीक है, लीगल अथॉरिटी क्या है? स्टेट है. और दूसरा क्या है? स्टेट इज एन आर्बिट्रेटर. whenever there is a conflict of interest in the different associations, conflict of interest में he is a crisis manager. जब भी conflict of interest होता है association को लेके, state plays a neutral role. और उसके पास क्या है? क्राइसिस मैनेजर का रोल. एब्सोल्यूट नहीं है. उसका काम क्या है? दोनों तरफ से मीडिएट करना और सोल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करके देना. ये उसकी एक्चुअली में ये पार्ट देखा तो ये मोनोपोली है उसके पास में. This function is a monopoly of the state. Only we can rely on the state because of its legalistic position. Because of its legal position के वजह से हमें ये, और ये उसका सबसे यूनिक रोल है जो वो फंक्शन करता है. मोनिस्टिक थ्योरी, प्लूरलिस्ट थ्योरी में ये बात ये लोग कह रहे हैं. इसी के लिए प्लूरलिस्ट थ्योरी का एक क्रिटिसिज्म भी है कि प्लूरलिस्ट थ्योरी वांट्स टू कीप द केक एंड आल्सो वांट्स टू एट इट. एट मतलब ईट इट, मतलब केक रखना भी चाहते हैं और केक खाना भी चाहते हैं. वो केक क्या है? स्टेट सोवरेनिटी, स्टेट सोवरेनिटी. प्लूरलिस्ट थ्योरी का बेसिकली क्रिटिसिज्म एनार्किस्ट है देखा जाए. एनार्किस्ट का क्या कहना है? ऐसे बकवास है स्टेट, स्टेट बंद करो ये सब. दिस अबॉलिश द एंटायर स्टेट, वी डोंट नीड स्टेट. स्टेट का कोई काम नहीं है दुनिया में. बाकी एसोसिएशन से वो कर लेंगे अपना मैनेज. ठीक है. किसमें? हाँ वही तो हुआ है. अरे वही हुआ है. एब्सोल्यूट स्टेट के चक्कर में डिक्टेटरशिप हो गया. कल बताया था ना कि प्लूरलिस्ट थ्योरी का राइज होने का सबसे बड़ा रीजन जो है, मतलब दैट वाज द एंड, एक्चुअली इट वाज द हाइट। प्लुरलिस्ट थ्योरी बिगिन हो गई थी दुर्खाइम 19th सेंचुरी में, उसके बारे में लिखना चालू कर दिया था, लेकिन उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं था अभी कि उसे ओवरथ्रो कर दिया जाए, प्लुरलिस्ट मोनेस्टिक थ्योरी को ओवरथ्रो करके लाया जाए। लेकिन व्हेन मोनेस्टिक थ्योरी हैज गिवन द राइज टू द डिक्टेटरशिप, then the world realized and the world theorists realized and the monastic theory themselves realized that by now this is the end, because this has done a huge crime in the world against the society. ठीक है, then they realize and then they recourse their action कि नहीं वो नहीं हो सकता है। ठीक है, you getting any question? Now online batch, any question? So benefit himself is all aspect, in all aspect, yes sir, because state can't fulfill all the needs and the interest of the people in